start by creating layers for the electrical elements. So I'm going to go to options and electrical elements. Let's open the layer settings. In this dialog, we're going to create layer combination for the electrical plane. So I'm going to say electrical, then hit OK. Once we are done with the layer combination, let's create layers for electrical elements. So I'm going to start with a layer for switches. For best practices, you'd want to give each layers a code, more especially when they are from the same umbrella. So this code will be representing the discipline for electrical. So all layers that I'm going to create under electrical is going to have this E code. So just bear in mind that. Hit OK, and then let's do for lights. Start with E code, and then OK. Another one for sockets. I'll start also with E code. Then there we go. As you can see now, we've managed to group them or to put them in one section, of which is very important for control and management of elements within the model. So I can go beyond and put this into groups as well using the layer extension. So in this case, the layer extension will be electrical, and I can copy paste this into other layers just like that, then paste. Once you are done with the layer settings, you would want to make sure these are visible under the electrical layer combination. So to make it visible, make sure you switch it off and switch it on again, then you update. So the layer combination will respond to that. Do the same to the sockets, switch it off, make it on again and update. The layer combination will respond again. So lastly for the lights, and then update. Once you are done with these settings, you would hit OK to apply changes to this. There we go. From here, let's set up a drawing or a view for the electrical drawing. So I'm going to go under the view map. So let's go down here to create or save a current view. And then this view settings will pop out, and we're going to customize the name to electrical. Then make sure the layer combination is electrical and hit on create. Perfect. There we go. We have a view for, we can just drag it maybe somewhere here next to the ceiling, next to ceiling plane. So then the next step now, we're going to place the let's find a lamp tool and open its settings. Then I'll scroll down here under interior lamps. I'll use this ceiling lamp for general lighting. So if you click on it under lighting settings, it will give you the options or the styles to choose on. I'll choose the type 1, and then I can click on this arrow to open other parameters. So in this case, I want to open the floor plan and representation, which is to set up the control pen to the red pen, and then change the symbol type to electrical, and then I'll give the symbol size to 300 millimeters, and then move down to the background pen and make it transparent. Then once you are done, move down and make sure you assign it appropriate layer, which is the lights electrical. And then you can hit OK to apply the changes, and then zoom in to place the object, just like that. Click on the screen to place, then click on this arrow tool to cancel the placement of the object command, and then I can select it. I will use this center point to move it. Let's click on it, and then on the pad palette, make sure the drag command is active so that you can drag it to the position you want, and then click. There we go. If you zoom out, that's how you want it. And then I want to copy this to the other areas. So let me zoom in, and then I'm going to right click. While it's being selected, go to move, and then we're going to drag multiple copies. So I'll use the center point to pick the base point, then I'll place to this sitting, and then on the dining table, and then we're going to need another general lighting for the office. Once you are done, you hit escape. Hit escape, automatically to select all the elements, and you can take advantage and go to edit, grouping, and group these elements, or just hit Ctrl G in your keyboard. In the case where you want to centralize or to center the object or the element within the space, you can draw diagonal lines here and then move this to determine the center point of the area of the space. So if you go to the document, you pick a line tool. Let's click this corner to specify the first point and the second point, like that. Then you do the same to these diagonals. And then you zoom in, you can see this is not on the center of the space. Let's click the arrow tool to cancel, then select the lamp. I'm going to use this center point, but make sure said, it's not selected all elements. So what we're going to do, escape and make sure you ungroup there. Then that's when now you can move this object alone, just like that. And then you can get rid of these two lines. There we go. If you zoom out, that's exactly what you wanted. We have another lighting here for the kitchen. So let's go back to the lamp tool and open its settings. So scroll down. I want a fluorescent type of a bulb. There we go. Select this one, and then let's click on this to open the structure settings. The mounting should be on a ceiling, and then the lamp style, I think style 1 is fine, and the fixture style, also style 2 is okay. What I want to change is the parameters of the size, the dimensions. I want the length to be 1.2, and then the width will remain 600, and then I'll hit OK. Also confirm the checkout with the layer, then you can hit OK. Let's place the object. Oh, we didn't set up the control pane, so let's select it and then go back to its settings. What you want to do is to open the floor plan and representation, change the control pane to red color, and then the symbol type to elliptical, then the background pen to make it transparent, and then hit OK. There we go, nice and clean. The last setup or settings for this is to set the offset height, because it has to be on the ceiling. So I'll select all of this just like that by hitting Shift Hold in your keyboard, and then I'll set this on the info box to be the ceiling level or ceiling height, which is 2.4. Then enter. There we go, nice and clean. So we have now our general lighting, so we need also to do the accent lighting or the mood lighting, where I'm using the downlights. I'll go back to the lamp tool, then open its settings. From its settings, I'll scroll down and look for something like a downlight. I think it must be down there. There we go, a recess spot. Let's click on it and then move to the light settings and open the lamp geometry by clicking here, and then again you can click here to open the floor plan and representation. So I'm gonna change this to color red like the others, and change the symbol type to electrical, and make the symbol size to 200. There we go, and background pen to transparent, and then I'll make sure the layer is where it's supposed to be. Then hit OK. Then I'm going to have another downlight at this corner, another one. Once I've played this, let's set up this height of this first before I duplicate it around. So I'll set it to 2.4 like I did for the others, and then I'm going to drag multiple copies to all of this. So what I'll do, I'll say right click and go to move and drag multiple copies. I'll pick this center point, then I'll place another one here by the corner. I'll have another downlight there, another one there, and then I'll have another one by this guy, and then by here, by this point, then go there, zoom in here. I'll have another one by the dining for both sides like that. I have another one here, another one there. And then we move on to the office area. We're going to have the downlights on the corners of the office, just like that. For this sake of demonstration, I won't be more accurate like if you can, but you can also make sure the position of these are accurate by determining the offset from the wall and from the corner, just type of things. So once I'm done, I'll hit escape to cancel, and then automatically to select all. I'll take advantage and go to edit to group this under grouping, or hit Ctrl G in your keyboard. Perfect. So from here we have our elements are set. So what you need to do now is to place the switches and sockets for this. But we are not let's start with the switches. So to achieve that, we don't have a library or an object in ArchiCAD library to do the switches. What I'm going to do, I'm going to load a library that I have, and I'll put the description. I'll put the link, in the description for you to download that library. So go to File, and under Libraries and Objects, let's go for Library Manager. In this window, I'm going to add the library that I want to use. So I'll click on the library and then hit OK or Open. It will take some bit of time to load. Once it's loaded, you can hit OK. Then it will also take a bit of time to reconfigure that. warning window pop out, you can hit OK. There we go. It's a big file, that's why it took time to load. And then once now you've loaded, you go to object. This time around you're going to use object instead of lamp tool. Let's go for object tool, then open its settings, and then let's start first by assigning it a layer. I'll say this is going for switches, and then I will go down, scroll down to the Mesolite library, and then scroll down to Libra 4, CAD image, then electrical. Let's open this container, and then components. We have switches, let's go for the wall plates. We have the one for US and Canada plates, or UK plates, even New Zealand and Europe. So depending on your region, you have to pick the two. So I'll just use the Europe plates and open the switches. In this case, I'm going to place a switch for, let me just move this to the side. I'm going to place the switch for the entrance. Or let me start with the switch here for the office. So it's going to be two switches that will control. It's going to be a switch that will control both the general light and the downlight. So I'll give an option to switch on the downlights only, or the general light separately. So I would have to have two switches like this one. And then from there, make sure the layer the layers is appropriate. And then let's go to the settings here. And then what I want to change is under symbol. So what I would do, I want to use custom settings for the dimension of this. So I'll click on this, use custom settings, and then under size, I would want this to be at 2. Let's set this also at 2 millimeters. This will be at 1.2, and then this will be at 0, and this one also will be 0. If you go down to text, I think the text, we don't rotate it. If you select it, and then the palette will pop out. Let's activate the rotate command and click. I'll click and then specify the radius distance vertically like that. Click on there, and then you can now rotate to 90 degrees horizontal. There we go. And then I'll click on this point again, activate the drag so that you can drag it to the position just like that. Perfect. These are not the settings we defined under the object settings. These are the overridden ones from the floor plan and section. So if you go to floor plan and section, you can de-override, how do you say, unoverride this the settings, sorry. Or you can override like so and give it appropriate color, which is control pen 2. There we go. Perfect. I'm happy with the switch. So what you see here is the to represent how many switches do we have for this component, and then this represents the code and the height at which this is it's set. So if you look at here, it says 1.2, but we need also to set it offset height to 1.2 under the info box, like so. There we go. And then from here I can let's do the wiring to the lighting. So to do the wiring, I will use a document tools. Go to document tools, and you can use a line tool or a polyline or a spline tool, depending on how you want to achieve this. So I'll use the spline tool, then everything starts as the switch. So I'll just click here, then click there, click on the object, click on the center, then click on the object, define another one, just like that. Just like that, to connect all the down pipes. Sorry, on all the down lights, sorry. And then click here to complete the drawing or the line. You can double click on your left cursor like so. On the left cursor, on the left mouse, sorry, and then from here let's select it and change the line type to dashed small. There we go. We can change this to color red if we want. Perfect. And then we have another wiring from the switch to the general light. So this I'll also use that, but I can pick parameters of this already by using this pickup parameter, or you can say Alt plus keyboard. So click on it and then pick parameter of this line and start to draw. Click on this point and then click on the center here, then click on the object. You can right click and say OK or double click to complete the placement of the line. Perfect. We have another switch that will be located here to control these elements for the kitchen and the dining. So I'll mirror a copy of this. Let's mirror a copy for this. Right click, select it and right click, and then under move, let's find mirror a copy, or hit Ctrl M in your keyboard. So from here I'll use this wall as a center of axis, click it vertically like so, and then define the second point like that. Very good. And then we have our switch there. In this case we have different situation to control. We have 1, 2 and 3. So I think also we can just use 2 because just have 1. No, we have, yeah, I think let's just use 2 switch. So what I'll do, I'll pick parameters like so, pick parameters of the line also to do the wiring. Click on it and then start the wiring for the downlights, just like that. Go this way and then do this. Now just come this side and then that one. Make sure you don't affect the other lights. And then that. Perfect. And then let's do the one for these 2 general lights. But you would want to switch off the kitchen separately. So I think we will need to have 3 of this. So to do that, let's select the element and then open its settings. We are going to override it for the one with 3 switch. We don't have the one with 3. Is this one. And then make sure if we go to symbol, we customize it as we did for the previous one. Let's hit on use custom settings, and then this I'll say 2 millimeters. These ones I'll also make it 2 millimeters. This is going to be 1.2. This one is going to be 0, and this one is 0. So you move on to text. Also text is fine. I think colors under appearance, go to detail here, and then the control pen will be we say control pen, you need to override that by using the custom. And then the control pen will be red. Then the fill background will be also red. Then this will be transparent. Now let's go for the fill pen. Let's go for the color 2, which is gray. Perfect. And then from here, adding another text, we can also use custom text. Then set this to gray, just like that. And then the height of the text, let's go for 2 millimeters. Then hit OK. There we go. We have 3 switch that will control 3 different types of lighting situations. So let's do the wiring for the second situation, which is the fluorescent. That one. And then we have another one for the dining. There we go. Perfect. I think we are set here. I'm skeptical to have this line crossing over another thing, but as you know, just for the sake of this demonstration, let me get away with this. For you, if you're doing a proper job, you would avoid these scenarios. Thank you for that. Thank you for allowing me to get rid of that. So let's move to the lounge area. In this case, let's also drag a copy of the. Here we're going to have only 2 switches. I'm going to drag a copy of this one. Select this one and click on it. To take a copy, you can, because there are different ways of making a copy. So if you are doing multiple copies for different areas, you can use the one we did for drag multiple copies. But if you just need one copy, you can click and try move. Click on the element and then activate drag on the pad palette. From here, you click Control on your keyboard, and then your cursor will add a plus. That means you are carrying now a copy by hitting Control in your keyboard. So I'll move this to here. Place it there. Let's click on it and activate rotate in the keyboard. I'm going to rotate it on the mirror lighting for both. So let's pick parameters of this one and update that. I'll pick parameter here, then click on the element to pick parameters, then click on this to inject. Let's click on the object to inject. Thank you. And then from here, select it, rotate on the pad palette, click on the object, define the rotation axis, and then you rotate. There we go. From here, I'll click on it and then activate drag to move it to a good area. Perfect. I don't know. I feel like let's rotate it or mirror it. So I'll activate mirror, then mirror it vertical like so. Oh, no, I can't mirror it. So yeah, let's just leave it the way it is. Perfect. Now let's do the wiring exercise. I'll pick parameter of the polyline and then I'll start on the switch. Then go that direction. Then click on this. Let's go to that. Let's go to this one. Then complete. And then I'll do the same. Start from here and do all the down part, all the down lights, just like that. Then click, and then do the one for the general. There we go. And another one for this. There we go. Perfect. Now we have our wiring plan or wiring design in place, so we need to also do the sockets. So let's go back to the object tool under design tool palettes and open its settings. Let's open the settings and then we're going to go to the PowerPoint. In the PowerPoint, I'll pick, let's go back to the plan and see. I'm going to have two points here, another 2 points for the office, another 2 points for basically 3 points, no, 1, 2, 3, 4 points for this 4 computers, and then I'll have 2 points here for the fridge and for the cooker, and then I'll be done. So let's find 2 points for starting with the office, and then we do the same exercise. Click on the symbol, then we want to customize the size. assign it an appropriate layer, which is sockets, then hit OK. Let's zoom in and click on the screen to place the object. There we go. Let's activate the arrow tool to cancel the placement. Command, then click, select the object, click on it. Let's activate the drag tool to move it to the wall like that. There we go. I think if you're worried about the distance of here, the distance between the wall and this curve element, let's go back to its options, to its settings, and then under the 2D and size, I think instead of having 1.2, let's leave it on 0.6, which is 0.60 millimeters, and then hit OK. Oh, it didn't change. Maybe we can modify it by stretching it using the move node. No, it can't work. Okay, let's leave it the way it is for now. There we go. So we have a PowerPoint here. Let's do the PowerPoint for the lounge. I'm going to select this. Select that one, and we're going to drag a copy. Like I said, if you want to drag just one copy, you click on the element and activate the drag, then hit Control in your keyboard to add a plus, which represent a copy. So I'm going to carry a copy and place it here. There we go, and we have 2 points. It's fine, we're having 2 points. And then let's drag another copy, hit Control. I'm going to have another 2 points. Here. I think let's rotate. Click on it to rotate, then define the rotation axis, which is horizontal, then rotate it vertical like that. I'm going to move this, click on it to drag it to the cooktop, which is here. And then, because we are having these 2 elements, the fridge and the cooktop, at a distance, so we need to have one PowerPoint here and then one PowerPoint as well. I'm going to have just one. I can leave it at 2, it's fine. Then let's take a copy for this. Make sure you move, drag, and then hit Control like I said in your keyboard. Then drag it to the fridge like so. And then we're left with this area for the PowerPoint. So I'm going to drag a copy of that. Click on it and then drag on your pad palette, then hit Ctrl to add a copy. So let's just place it here and click on it to activate pad palette. Activate the rotate command, then define the rotation axis by clicking on the base point and the second point like that. There we go. And then let's click on this point to drag this to the wall. I think it should be on the center of this finish. So I'm going to have this for 4 computers, so we need 4 points. So I'm going to go to options or settings, open the settings and find for 4. I think we have this one for 4. Let's set up the symbol settings, and under size let's use custom settings and change this to 2 millimeters, this also to 2, and then this will remain at 60. And then the appearance, change the view style to detailed and use custom settings for the view style, and change the control pen to color 2, even this color 2. Then the symbol pen background will be transparent. Perfect. So under text styles also you can use custom settings and change this to color 2. Then set the height of the text to 2 millimeters. And then hit OK. So it's now representing 4 PowerPoints, of which is what we want. Perfect. From here, the floor plan or the electrical layout is done. What we need to do is the legend for this drawing. So I'm going to go to the layout first, layout book, and then we have by default ArchiCAD will come with this. So let's create our own layout. Hit on new layout under the properties here. On top of the properties, hit on new. Then I'm going to call it electrical. I'll use an A2 landscape. Let me go for A1 landscape master layout. That will define also the size of the sheet that we are using, as you can see. Then hit on create. So there we go with the title block of the default ArchiCAD template. Then let's go back to the view map. Don't open it, just click on it to bring and drag and drop the electrical plane. There we go. If we zoom in, I want us to trim off that. Let's crop it to make sure it fits, and then let's see and increase increase the scale. If you go to the info box at the top there and scroll your mouse, you find the resolution or slash scale. Let's set this to custom and make it 35. I just want to make it big, and then I can crop to that, crop here by activating the offset edge on your on your pet palette. So if you pick on the edge of this, it will activate the pet palette and make sure you click on offset the edge to crop, just like that. I still can increase the scale of this. I can just click on this point on the pet palette and stretch, or pick on the stretch command, like so. Let me select this edge and offset it that way. Perfect. I'm impressed with the size, and you can also set up the title of this, but I have different videos, tutorials on how to set up this. I'll put the link on the description for you guys to go watch. And then we're now looking to create the legend for this. So let's go back to the view map, and then under the view map I want us to, instead of the view map, under the project map, let's go back here down there and find schedules, and then you can right click on top of this scheduling, and then let's open a new schedule. If you hit on a new schedule, it will give you this scheme settings and a new schedule scheme window. In this here, we're going to start with the ID. The ID for this is E. Then it's going to be electrical legend. Then hit OK. Once you are done, this window will pop out, and we're going to set a criteria for the elements that we want to schedule here. We want to schedule only elements for the electricals, which are sockets, lights, and switches. So what I'll do, I'll set up a criteria for element type, and then I'll say all types, or even say 3D types. Let me say 3D types, that, and then I'll set the criteria for layers, saying that click on the add criteria, and under the model view, click on arrow and add. So what you are seeing, layer of, let's change the layer for lights, and then we have another one, layer, another criteria for layer, and then set the socket, do another one for the lighting layer. Okay, switch description at the bottom so that we can hit OK to apply the changes. So if you click on this arrow to expand, you would see we have a newly created electrical legend. If you click on to open it, there we go. Here it looks messy for the first time, but you need to set up this and to make it look good. The first thing that I'll set is to merge elements that are on the same option. So it's the same merge. It took me out. Merged everything. So let's say unmerge is because there is no rule or that differentiate these elements. They are on the same layers and all the like. So what we need to do is to set up a criteria that will separate this. We can only do it using the description. So let's go back to the electrical plane, and then what I would do, I will select all of the PowerPoints, just like that, by using Shift hold, just a basic multiple selection in any computer program. So we didn't group this. I'll take advantage of this and go to edit and group these elements. From here I'll open the settings of these elements to describe them under classification and properties. So I would want to use if you are using this file, because I shared this file in the previous videos for architectural set of ArchiCAD set of architectural documentation. So if you are not using this, you won't access this, because I've showed you how to set up the classification system. So I'll use the Uniform 2010 CSI and uncheck this one. So let's classify this as under shell. No, this will be under interior. I don't know why they are missing. Okay, it's fine, they are missing, but what we want is to describe them. Well, for the sake of this video, let's just get away with that and go down to the classification and properties. I'm going to describe this as this will be the PowerPoints, just a basic description, and then we do the same to switches. Select them. I thought they are grouped. How many are there? There are 3 switches in this area. Control G to group, open its settings, and then let's go down here and I think because we need to change the classification system change the classification to uniformat and get rid of that one. Then scroll down to the properties and describe this as general lighting. Hit OK. Do the same to the down lights. Select them all and open its settings. Make sure the layer combination is that one. The classification system. Then move down to properties and describe this as maybe some mood lighting. Then hit OK. So if you go back to the schedule, all these elements will be filled up. So it looks messy, but if you want to set up this, select one of the cell and unwrap, then wrap the text. So you automatically to sort this down, or I can just stretch this top margins just like that. And then what I'll do again is I'll get rid of the head of the columns. Even this one at 2D floor plan, let's delete. There we go. And then like I said, let's merge now. Yes, things will be merged according to their group. So I think here I need to increase the cell to 12,000 millimeters. There we go. So we have this without a description. So you can select it here and then open it on a floor plan. There we go. Let's open the settings. We're going to give it a description we need first to change this to uniformat. Then scroll down to the description, give it kitchen lighting. Hit OK. If you go back to a schedule, boom, there we go. It will depend on how you want to customize this, and I can get rid of the cell borders to make it like this. Perfect. I think it looks interesting this way. Then I can change, modify the cell height for that. Just like that. And then this I can bold. Let's select it and then come to the text impressed with the overall. So this and that. Yeah. From here we can save this view here under the electrical drawing. So I'll create or save the view, then create. There we go. If you go back to the layout book and then open the drawing, let's go back to the view map and drag and drop the report of the legend. And what I would do here is to get rid of the title, because we have a built-in title for this. Select it and then go to the info box, scroll your mouse there to find title parameter, title type, and then change this to no title. You can click on this point to enlarge this. There we go. Then move it to in line with that, and I can go to the documents, pick a fill tool, then draw a fill just like that. Select this fill. Under the fill pen, change the fill background to transparent like so. There we go. Now we have our legend and our electrical wiring plane. Thank you guys for tuning in for this video. I really appreciate your effort. If you want this file, I'll put the link in the description for you guys to download. Make sure you support